All right, here with head coach Fred McNair, Claudin Cherelus, Jarveon Howard. Just coach, talk about this week's game coming up against Tulane.
Well, another tough match for us this week in preparation for get ready for Tulane. I think that what they're doing, I think Coach Fritz got them going pretty good right now. They had a great win against UMass last week. Something they do in their personnel, defensively, they're gonna play a lot of man. Give us that look and play physical inside. Things they do, some bar-looking fronts. Some things that are gonna make it tough for us, but in preparation this week, I think the offensive side of the ball, the coaches are doing a great job of saying what we need to do to kind of be efficient during the course of the game. So offensively, they got some formations, the things they're gonna do, and they 12 personnel stuff. Formation-wise, they're gonna be in and out. So we just got to prepare ourselves and get these guys coached up on our defense side of the ball to train their eyes where they need to be and they read the keys and stuff like that. So other than that, I think we got another tough match for us this week, and I think our guys up to the task. Seem like the level of competition that we play, the guys step it up a little bit. So this week in preparation, just seeing some of the stuff that we've been doing and preparing for Tulane, I think some things that we're doing is going to help us out against them. So looking forward to another great physical matchup for us this week.
Claude, just talk a little bit about playing against Tulane and FBS opponents and what that does to help you guys get ready for the season and the ultimate goal.
I feel like it's a big confidence boost for us. We go out there and play hard. We play a good game. We're gonna come into conference play knowing that we can play with whoever, and we already got that on our minds. So I feel like going against Tulane is a great opportunity. We're gonna go into every game expecting to win. So
Just, Jarveon, you've been at that level. You've been at the FBS and transferring in. Just talk about the physicality and what it's going to take, from the running backs, receivers, and offense overall to kind of face the front like that.
When you play in a team like FBS, a big school like Tulane, everybody gonna have to be on the same level. Everything gonna have to click from your offensive line, communication to your quarterback, all y'all to the receivers. Like Coach said, it's gonna be a tough game in the trenches, but that's usually FBS. They're gonna try to win up front, but I feel confident that we come out and do our thing on Saturday.
Piggyback off that a little bit. You said everybody's got to be on one page. Everybody's got to be on the offense, has to be clicking and everything. What was clicking last weekend that you saw? Without giving away too much in the game plan, but what was clicking last week that allowed you to be newcomer of the week and click up almost 200 yards on the ground?
The main thing that was clicking was the communication. The big run, I know everybody gonna bring that up, but I couldn't just do that on my own. I had to have the guys up front, communicate with them before the play actually happened. The receivers running great routes for me to actually get upfield, to take the eyes off me from the defenders. Stuff like that, that's gonna take a big play in Tulane. Everybody gonna have to be crisp. It's just, you can't come out and just try to play a one-man show. That's not gonna be the game against Tulane. It's gonna literally take everybody all the way to your fourth man.
Perfect answer. And Claude, let's go to the other side. You guys on Saturday, man, defensively, obviously you were put in some tough situations against the number 10 team late on, just a couple of bad field position, but overall, you guys held one of the nation's best receivers he was quiet. He was actually silent on the night. Just talk about what you guys were able to do and how you were able to come away with that performance.
Yeah, I just think Coach T, he had a great game plan. I feel like, we came in the game with the answers to the test. We knew what they were going to give us. We were calling out the formations, the plays on the field. So we all came in with a great understanding of, what they're going to try to do, where they're going to try to hit it. So I feel like we executed a game plan and, things just didn't fall our way at the end. We just got to finish those games, but I feel like we had a great understanding of what they were going to do.
Coach, you go into a game like this, and so much is made of it being money games, and I hate that kind of term because in the last couple of years, some HBCUs have knocked off FBS. You talk about Howard going out to UNLV, Bethune-Cookman beating FIU, and A&T beating Akron. Just talk about what the level of competition has done for the SWAC, MEAC, and HBCU overall over the last few years, being able to get these FBS wins.
You know, the biggest thing is I think that you, in the right perspective, that people get the understanding that you're just going to play the game just for the guarantee, and that's not the case. I think that the challenge is how competitive you can be in this conference playing against a good FBS team. And I think that the SWAC has really risen to the occasion, and then from that standpoint of going to be able to compete on the same level as the FBS team. So I think that what it does for this conference is give us a great confidence booster and motivates us that we can play with these teams. You know, they get 85 scholarship, we get 63. So with that difference in that, you know, but we still be able to compete on the same level as these FBS team as well. So I think that what we're doing here in the conference, I think Dr. McClellan has done an outstanding job of implementing his ideals and bringing this conference up to a rise and putting us on putting the spotlight on us, you know, as well as far as the ESPN games, the social media and TV stuff like that. So I think it's been great for this conference.
Claude, piggyback off that some and talk about what you've seen the SWAC do over the last couple of years in growth overall, not just in the media, but in terms of talent that you've seen on the field and just in terms of national notoriety.
I mean, I always had respect for the SWAC. You know, transferring in, I told the guys, like, you know, when I started playing here, actually, I told them there's not much of a difference. You know, it might be some guys that are a little bigger, and that's really what it comes down to, like the size of in the O-line and D-line. But the SWAC always had some guys, and now it's just they're getting more attention. Everyone wants to be here now. So I feel like what's going on right now for not just the SWAC, but all HBCU schools is big, and you know the talent's there, and you know. You going in there every week, and you know you got to play your best game.
Talk about how it's really going to help as far as the draft is concerned, with so many guys in HBCU overall playing FBS, getting a chance to be seen on national spotlight, but also the fact that, like you said, the spotlight has shined on HBCU overall lately. So just talk about how this is going to help with some guys that may have been overlooked in the past years now getting a chance to be seen just kind of notably, you know.
I mean, yeah, it's going to help a lot. Because in the past, the conversation was, you know, the level of competition isn't good enough, and they're shaky about whether they want to take a chance. But I don't think you can say that anymore, because every week you're going against a school that got, you know, all these transfers, all these guys that played at that level, or these guys that are making plays. So, I mean, the level of competition is there.
Jarveon, same thing a little bit. Just talk about how it's going to help with so many guys getting a chance to be seen now on a national spotlight with NFL talent.
Regardless of football, regardless where you play it, football gonna be football regardless. It's just really how you show up, especially in big games. You have guys that come into the NFL banged up because of, you know, the bigger levels. You know, here the difference between here and other schools is that they actually take care of you. You know, treat you like family, and that's what take your body a long way, because they don't just see you as a number. You know, They actually see you as a person. They you know, take care of what you need, and that's the difference between when it's time to make that transition from college to NFL. How well you've been taken care of, regardless of where you play, how you play, how well it really comes down to how well you have taken care of your body over the time. Because most of the guys who go to the league, it really be the backup that be the guy that really go out and be productive, not the guy that been on the field from first to senior year.
Yeah.
It'd be the guy that's really been playing in the shadow because his body is well taken care of and well conditioned to go to the league.
Talk a little bit about now your position here at running back. You know, you got Duffy back there, you got a slew of others. Just talk about that kind of right now with Nico, that two-headed monster in the backfield right now.
Yeah, to be honest, it looked like a two-headed monster, but really it's a four-headed monster. People just don't see the tail part of it.
Yeah.
You know, we got really. It was just my game that week. It could have been any body game. It could be anybody game against Tulane. You have a lot of guys in the backfield that you can put the ball in anybody's hands. But the offensive core, you know, the coaching style, they trust in me this game. It could be somebody else next game.
Yeah.
You know? So we really just keep everybody positive and keep everybody going at practice, because I'm telling everybody to stay ready, because this game called football, you never know when your number could be called. So we are just at practice conditioning and making sure everybody is on the same page. And if your number called, you just got to make plays. That's just where we at right now with it.
Coach, that leads me right into the next question, and Claude, I'm going to ask you later as well. Just Talk about the one thing you wanted to do during the spring. You said depth. You said injuries hurt last year. Injuries played a huge part of the game, but now you want to go out and get depth. It seems like every single position, you're stocked and loaded.
That's the biggest thing as a coaching staff. When the season was over last year, that we know the position we had to really address in terms of making sure we had more depth. And I think we did a great job of going out and fulfilling those issues that we had in terms of depth. You know, up front, the linebackers, just whatever position that we need to address. And I think we did a great job of fulfilling those positions. Even offensive line wise, we went and got bigger in terms of the offensive line. So, you know, I think that we did a great job as a staff to make sure that we had the quality and the quantity players that we needed to be successful this season. So the biggest thing is for us now just making sure that we get these guys to the fight, you know, and I think we're doing a great job during the course of summer and then during the course of camp, keeping these guys upright and not getting anybody seriously injured during the course of practice. So we got them to the fight this past week again against Stephen of Austin and almost like to come out with a victory, you know, and that's what you want. Get these guys to the fight against Tulane and let the chip lay where they may. You know, you build it and they'll come. So the field of dreams.
Claude, depth is huge when you talk about playing an FBS opponent. A lot of times, the skill guys, the matchup, it's right there. There's no difference in that. You talk about quarterback position, sometimes it's no difference. Running back, no difference. But it comes down to O-line, D-line, linebackers, just the fact that sometimes FBS, the depth is there. What does this year's depth do for you all when going up against a team like Tulane now, knowing that you can match up there?
Well, this year, I think we did a great job recruiting, and not only that, we went and got depth, but we went and got versatility. We got a lot of backers that can play off the edge, in the box, outside. It doesn't matter. And we got a lot of D linemen that you will see interchange, and they can play wherever. So I feel like it's big to have the depth we have right now. So we don't have to just run over across the field, just switch where we at. Sometimes we can just bump it. Everyone knows what they got to do in every position, and we're all on the same page.
Coach, last question for you on this one right here. Just talk about something that you're able to work on this week that might be, suitable more so for the future rather than is just this week alone. Just talk about what you were able to work on this week in preparation for later on down the road.
The biggest thing was talking about the transition, and I think that carries a lot of weight in terms of what you do. If you're ready to play in transition, whether you're going from offense to defense or special teams to defense or whatever it may be, if you're ready to play transition-wise, getting on and off the field and making yourself ready and prepared to play, I think that's one of the things that I focus on the whole camp. Transition, and let's ride, and let's move. Let's get our bodies moving. So I think that this week has been a very focused point on what I've been trying to establish amongst this program and making sure these guys in transition.
Guys, we're going to do it. We've done it all year. We're going to go ahead and do it this year, this week as well. Jarveon, one word to describe Alcorn football this week.
Humble.
Claude, one word.
Tough.
Coach, your word for this week.
Be exciting. Be very exciting. That's why I thrive on that. I'm excited about every time I get a chance to coach the young men, to give them the knowledge that they need to be given to play this game. So I'm excited about this football program.
Coach, you always ended the same way. Together we rise.
Braves.
Together we rise.